Baccarat, for instance, right, guys? When this fragrance came out, what could you compare it to? What fragrance could you reference Baccarat to? I'll wait. Welcome back to my channel, The Elite Nurse Lifestyle, where we discuss all things fashion, most importantly, fragrances. If this is your first time here and you like the content, please like, share, and subscribe. And for all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for continuing to watch. Okay guys, today I have a really fun video for you, and it's, I know my channel mostly is based on niche fragrances. That is just the era I'm in. I love niche fragrances because they're a little bit more unique. A lot of times when you do wear these fragrances, you are not as inclined to run into other people that are wearing the same thing that you are, right? And I've always said this. When I was in my 20s, I was, you go through phases. I wore my designer fragrances and I absolutely love those. I still love my designer fragrances, but they just have to have this niche quality to it. So for me, what that means is just that it's got to be a little bit unique. It can't just be something that, I pass and is pretty much so similar to another fragrance that it's like, oh, that smells like this, it smells like this. That's what I enjoy most about the niche fragrances, because it's just so different. They use different notes and it just gives this different quality to the fragrance, right? And it's something that most people are never gonna have never smelled before. Like, for instance, when Delina came out, guys, and Baccarat, I was just like, what kind of sorcery is this? Okay, because I have never in my life smelled anything like these two fragrances. And for that reason, I think they deserve the hype that they do get, okay? Baccarat, for instance, right, guys? When this fragrance came out, what could you compare it to? What fragrance could you reference Baccarat to? I'll wait. None. Because there was nothing. This was like, it broke so many levels in the fragrance industry. It was something different, something unique. And so now everyone compares Baccarat to something, right? You'll hear people say, oh, it smells like Baccarat. And really, it don't be smelling like Baccarat.
I just tell the truth. And telling the truth is crazy in a world full of lies.
This video, I wanted to do my favorite Baccarat layering combos for you, right? Because when I tell you these fragrances, they hit on a different level, and I wanted to use I'm mostly going to use my designer fragrances that I have in my collection that have sentimental reasons for me, that I just absolutely love, that I think they are top tier, could literally be on the same level with niche fragrances, right? If you guys want to know what these combos are that literally will get you bent like a pretzel. So guys, the first fragrance that I love to layer Baccarat Rouge with, it's none other than Hypnotic Poison, guys. When I tell you this fragrance is just magic in a bottle, it is vanilla. It has a little bit of almost like, oh God, like this intoxicating note to it. It's because it has like this almond note, and it's just so lactonic and just absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit fruity, but then it's also balanced with some it's also balanced with some woodsy notes as well. The main notes I get in this is like there's some coconut, I think there's some plum, some of the other notes that are kind of prominent in this is also, there's apricot, guys, and it also has some rose, some lily of the valley, And in the base, there's the vanilla, the almond, and it has some sandalwood and musk. When I tell you guys, when I wear this fragrance on dates, let alone layered with Baccarat, unstoppable, unstoppable. Like, this fragrance list I am giving you guys, don't wear it if you don't want to be folded in a pretzel. Literally, guys. Like, Valentine's Day is coming up. Like, stay away from these fragrances if it's not that kind of thing, okay? Because yeah, hypnotic poison, guys. If you have not smelt this fragrance, and when I tell you men love this fragrance, when I wear this fragrance, I get so many compliments, and it's almost like I'm irresistible, because this is me, and then the man is like all up in here. Yeah, I'm telling you guys, hypnotic poison alone by itself, but layered with Baccarat, unstoppable. Get your nose on this if you have not, and try this combo and let me know. This fragrance was pretty much all the rage a few years ago, and I bought this fragrance early on, you know, when it came out, because the design of the bottle alone was just enough to get me to be like, and I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I've bought some fragrances because the bottle was cute. Okay, let's be for real now. Okay, this fragrance was so cute to me. If you know me, you know I'm always in heels. Always in heels. My grandmother literally would tell me, stop wearing those heels. It's bad for your hips and all this, and for your feet. And that was just my thing, guys. I'm a girly girl. As you may notice, if you follow me on Instagram, you'll see I'm always in dresses or skirts. I really don't, that's just my thing, right? And I'm always in heels. I literally have maybe 2 sneakers. I'm just not a sneaker girl, okay? I'm a girly girl. So when I saw the design of this fragrance, guys, you better know that I was gonna get it. And it's none other than Carolina Herrera, Good Girl. I have a dedicated video to this on my channel, and I was just, not only was the bottle cute, but the fragrance itself was very, very good, okay? This fragrance, guys, it's a little sweet. It has some white floral notes in it. Guys, this fragrance has literally all the notes that I love, okay? There is some vanilla, there's some amber. It's a little, you know, a little warm and spicy, but it has some cinnamon in the base. It also has some patchouli, some cedar. Guys, the top notes, there's almond. I love an almond note. You guys know that I speak of the Rolling in Love. That's one of the fragrances I absolutely love because it has this almondy note to it, and it's just absolutely beautiful. That kind of fragrance, just that kind of note just goes beautifully with my composition. Anything with almond, cinnamon, this has every note that I love. In the top notes, there's some almond, coffee, bergamot, there's some lemon, then there's tuberose, there's some orange blossom, there's also Bulgarian rose. And then, like I mentioned in the base, there's the cinnamon, there's patchouli, cedar, there's tonka bean, some cacao, vanilla, praline. This is just some goodness, okay? This is some good. I'm sorry. If you hating on this fragrance, you just a hater. You are just a hater, okay? Because this fragrance is good, okay? And to make it that much top tier, guys, because one of the things about me, I'm not just on the hype because everyone's layering now. I've been doing this since I took my first trip to my first solo trip. Not first solo, that was my second solo trip. Like, my first solo trip was to Paris, and that was like in 2010. And then I did another solo trip to Dubai, and this is where I learned about layering, guys. And this was like maybe almost close to 10 years now that I did that trip, right? And when I went, of course, you know, I love fragrances, and they have the souk, and they have all these amazing perfumery stores and things like that. So when I went, the guy told me, he said, a lot of us, we layer our fragrances, and ever since then, that's what I've been doing. So I'm not new to this. I'm true to this, okay? So I've been layering my fragrances, and then more so if it's fragrances that have been out for a while, and especially with like designer fragrances, it's very mass appealing. So most people are gonna like these fragrances and purchase them. I like to smell a little bit different. So even if we're in the same room and I'm wearing the same thing as you, it's gonna smell a little different because I'm layering my fragrances, right? So with that said, these two right here, folded like a pretzel. You're gonna be folded like a pretzel, okay? I'm telling you guys, Valentine's Day is coming up. Try these combos and come back to this video and leave me a note and let me know what you think about these combos, because I'm telling you, I am so confident when it comes to these combos because I've been doing it for a while and I've gotten so many compliments about, you know, how I smell whenever I go out. So guys, Carolina Herrera, Good Girl with Baccarat. So guys, the next fragrance on the list is one that I absolutely love. Ever since it came out, like, it was a yes for me. I had no hesitation to get this fragrance because I absolutely love it. It is definitely heavily lavender prominent, but as you may see on my channel, I've spoken about this before, that I do love lavender fragrances. And so with that said, this guy's YSL Libre, or Lib, however you want to pronounce it. YSL Libre is how I pronounce it, okay? So this fragrance though, guys, amazing. I absolutely love it. I know a lot of people, they are not, you know, a fan of lavender. So, you know, this is a heavily lavender fragrance, and so that may be off-putting. But for me, this is just fine as it is. But complemented with Baccarat, this just adds an added layer of sweetness to it, right? It gives you a little bit more, what's that? It makes it a little bit softer, right, guys? And it just gives that elevated smell, even more so than the fragrance by itself, because I love the fragrance by itself, but with the Baccarat included, it's gonna give you that, you know, that added sweetness. And so this fragrance, guys, it's a white floral fragrance, and if you don't like floral fragrances, like I've told you before in this channel, my top my tier of fragrances, category of fragrances that I like is oriental fragrances, then florals, and then, you know, the rest after that. But this fragrance, guys, it has, like I mentioned, lavender. There's some orange blossom, some actually mandarin orange. There is black currant. There is also some orange blossom as well, and vanilla, musk, cedar, and ambergris. And so, guys, for me, this is just so decadent. But with this together, pretzel. Just think about that, okay? So guys, check this out. If you have this fragrance and you think it's just too much for you, try adding the Baccarat to it, and then, you know, let me know how you like that better. All right, guys, this one I have to say is one of my favorite layering combos with Baccarat. Okay, guys, this fragrance is no stranger to my channel. I'm always putting this on a list ever since I obtained this maybe a year or two ago. Oh God, I just love it, guys. This fragrance does something to me. Something, very much something to me, okay? And guys, not to say that this fragrance needs any help at all, because it really don't. It's from the house of Initio, And if you know about those fragrances, you already know that these fragrances are typically beast mode. If it's not beast mode, it's definitely going to give you a moderate projection. But this one right here, yes, we can put this closer to the beast mode line. Okay, guys? And it's none other than Side Effect. Oh, Lord. This fragrance, guys. Like, I'm telling you, it's just, it has the cinnamon, it has the rum, it has that little hint of tobacco in it, okay? It has this vanillic sweetness, okay, guys? And then added with Baccarat. Guys, I wore this to, I think I told this story before, but I wore this to a friend's, like an engagement party. And when I tell you the compliments I get with these two fragrances, one of the girls who was doing the makeup, she's the niece of my friend. She also likes fragrances. So she's like, what is that you're wearing? What is that you're wearing? Are you wearing Baccarat? And I said, yes, but it's layered with, so she's like, it smells like I know this fragrance, but it's different. And I said, yes, it's Side Effect that I layered the two together. And she was just like, oh my God, that is top tier. That is amazing. You smell amazing. And I got so many compliments that night, guys, literally with these two. And this has just been one of my favorite combos from layering. And I'm putting y'all on, and I'm telling you, for Valentine's Day, if y'all want to make an impression, this right here, this is the number one. This is the, I'm the number one stunner. Do it for you, okay? This is gonna do it. Guys, if you have these two fragrances, try that combo out and leave me a note and tell me how that worked for you, okay? I guarantee it's gonna be a good reaction. Combo, guys, is from the House of Burberry. Okay, guys, and this fragrance has been all the rave. Okay, I love Burberry fragrances. When I was younger, and I was in my era of all my fragrances and all that stuff that I used to wear, it was Burberry. I had The Weekend, I had Burberry Brit, and I had Burberry Her, just the regular one. But this one, guys, the Elixir, the stronger, the newest version, amazing, absolutely amazing, guys. And a lot of times I will buy fragrances that reminds me of those days gone by, like when I was a young woman in my 20s, such as like The Weekend. If I get a small bottle of that, I absolutely I'm gonna keep it in my collection, because I just like the memories that it brings back to me, right? And so this one though, when I smelled this, it just brought all those feelings and memories back to me of when I was younger and wearing those fragrances. And this is just absolutely amazing, guys. This is, this, guys, I wouldn't say is actually sexy. I wouldn't give this so much as sexy. I would say it's pretty. It's a pretty fragrance, right? It is one of those fragrances that you can wear to brunch, you can wear to the office, you can wear to church. It's just a pretty, beautiful, mass appealing fragrance, right? Because it's fruity, it's it's got this sweetness to it. There's some vanilla. There is a little bit of woodsiness, then there's a little bit of a powdery element, but not too powdery, right? But it's just absolutely gorgeous. It has some white florals in it. Some of the notes in this fragrance, guys, there's the strawberry and blackberry at the top, in the top notes. Then there's some jasmine, and then the base has some vanilla, some amber, and some sandalwood to just round it out, to not make it, because guys, if you know me, I don't like too fruity or too sweet of a fragrance, right? This is why Oriental fragrances are just perfect for me, because it has a hint of sweetness and then it's balanced out with some sexiness, some amber, some sandalwood, some musk, you gotta give me some depth. I can't just do the frou-frou la kind of fragrances, okay? I can't. I just can't. I'm in my grown and sexy era, okay? I don't want to smell like my teenage daughter. My teenage daughter, she's, you know, sweet and fruity and all that stuff. I'll let her take that. I want to smell like money, okay? I'm sexy, intoxicating. These are the words that I want to describe me in this era that I'm in, okay? So this though is not sexy, but it's pretty. It's a beautiful fragrance. And guys, layered with this, because it does have like a similar essence to it, these two fragrances, right? Because they're aromatic, it's just light and airy, just absolutely beautiful. Combined together, guys, stunning, stunning. And so if you guys have this fragrance, I know this one was just all the rave. So if you guys have this and you got Baccarat, try these together. Guys, and so this is the last fragrance. This is the bonus. I kept this for you all, okay? I acquired this fragrance about a month ago. This is another quite new fragrance, you know, another flanker to the Leon Terdite fragrances. And guys, we all know this was all the rage, and I had a small sample of the original and I loved that one. But this one right here, baby, like, let's talk about it. Y'all want to talk about sexy? You want to talk about grown woman? You want to talk about warm, spicy, a little sweet. It's got some white floral, it's got some woodiness, it's got a little bit of patchouli in it. Guys, absolutely stunning fragrance. And when I tell you guys, I tell you I love designer fragrances, right? But it has to give me that niche quality. It can't just be like any old fragrance that I just pass, you know, in the stores and it reminds me of something. This right here, this is good. This is better than some Tom Ford fragrances, okay? This is better than some Bond fragrances, okay? It can be one of those quality of fragrances, okay? So I had to get this when I smelt it. It's got the top notes. It has some ginger, guys, and this is what gives it this spiciness to it. There's this blood orange notes in it as well, right? And that just gives it this just sexy, to me, I equate it to it being like almost like some mandarin orange or some like you know, orange blossom, which gives a lot of fragrances that sexiness, right? So it gives this seductive sense to it. And there's the tuberose and jasmine. It has some sandalwood, some patchouli, and some vetiver. Guys, absolutely stunning fragrance. If you haven't gotten your nose on this one, definitely go ahead and do that. Definitely go ahead and check this fragrance out. But guys, not that it need much help, okay? It really didn't. But for me, you know, I like to be, like I told you, I want to be smelling like everybody. So, you know, I had to come in with this. Pow! Layer it with this, y'all. It's just going to give it a little bit more sweetness, a little bit more seductiveness, a little bit more, what are you wearing? That type of thing. Okay, guys? I'm telling you. So, guys, I hope you liked my Baccarat layering combos. Let me know if you've tried any of these combos and which ones are your favorite. Until next time, thanks for watching.